Is it possible to feed 1 million people on Mars by 2050 solely through farming on Mars? First, we need to evaluate how much is required for farming per person. 1 acre of land, or 4,000 square meters, can sustain farming for 1 to 6 people on Mars. Assume we plant potatoes as the primary source of carbohydrates. Then we need 4,000 kilowatt hours per acre, or 4,000 square meters of land, and 100 million liters of water. Assuming 1 acre can sustain 6 people at its best, then for 1 million people on Mars, we need land of around 167,000 acres, or 668 million square meters. Given the size of the land, we need 16,700,000,000 liters of water. The exact location of water on Mars and the quantity are still unknown. Even if there is sufficient water on Mars, we must ensure that it is safe and doesn't contain toxic chemicals. If so, we need to make extra efforts to purify the water. Perchlorates are everywhere on Mars. Estimation suggests Mars soil contains 0.5 to 1% of the stuff, which is definitely toxic to humans. So definitely, we need to consider methods like ion exchange, reverse osmosis, or biological treatment for purifying the water, if a sufficient amount of water can be found. Sunlight energy on Mars is only half of the Earth. If the sunlight energy required for farming for 1 million people is 167,000 kilowatt hours, then Mars can only sustain 83,500 kilowatt hours. Some people suggest using mirrors or LEDs. Mirrors are preferable since they require less energy. Then this light problem may be less of a problem. We also don't forget one of the most crucial fertilizers. How are we supposed to fulfill nutrients? Plants on the main functions require nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur, magnesium, iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, and molybdenum. Even the considered ideal soil of the Earth still requires adding fertilizers for crops to give optimum yield, and the soil can be sustainable. And don't forget, Mars soil contains perchlorates that are toxic to humans. If you choose hydroponic and aquaponic, more fertilizers are needed. So consider how much fertilizers are transported from Earth, how much energy is required for LEDs, and how to get the electricity, since Mars only gets half the amount of Earth, how to deal with toxic containment of Mars water, and even the availability of Mars water. Subscribe to Biociety for more life science videos.